Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode of Urban Design on City Skylines with me, Praised. It has been 3 weeks since I last released an episode. I know you guys have been itching to get a new one, and I've been itching and scratching to get the chance to play this, as I have been really busy with my new work and also just in my private life. I've had lots of guests and just traveling to do in the last several weeks. And I just simply didn't have the time to play, and as you may hear, I do have a bit of a cold, so excuse me if I start sneezing or just keep sniffling along during this episode, but I couldn't wait any longer. I have to record because it's been so long and I've been itching just to get or to continue this city. So thank you all for your comments and for all your suggestions from the previous episode. I've been going through that. I don't think I've written everything down because I did go away for quite a bit. So I'm sure there's quite a few new comments out there with like bus lines I was asking for. People to give me like gamer tags or names for bus lines. So I've gone ahead already written them down, so I'm going to be inputting them right now. If yours by any chance has not showed up, don't worry, I will go through the comments of the previous episode, and just in case, if you guys still want another bus line renamed after yourselves, or whoever missed out, I'm more than happy for you to leave a comment and I'll try and introduce it into our city centre of Verucchio. So, excuse me, it's been 3 weeks, so I know what I did last episode, and I was working on our new island with a really large residential area or population over here. So now that's pretty much all done and completed. I didn't finish off like the surroundings around the stadium yet, so will do that. I will get to it, but not just at this current time, but it will eventually be finished off. A couple of things that also took me quite a while to initialize, like the next recording, for example this episode, is because I upgraded my Windows, so I had to reinstall everything. I didn't just do an upgrade, I did a fresh clean install, and there were a few mods few assets that I used off, my keyboard's stuck again, that I used off the Steam Workshop, and I kind of customized them myself, and I forgot to save them or like upload them to like the Steam Workshop so I can just download them, so I had to remake some of them. It was just like adding minor details and all that. But still, it had to be done. So lots of these canals, all these parks and trees actually had to be like redone. And the bridges disappeared because I was using custom lit bridges, not the ones that VIP added to his to his original asset that he released with After Dark. Also had to reinstall like my garbage trucks and other things, but it's all good and running now on Windows 10, and I'm happy. It's going to be good, I think. Now I'm also using a bit more RAM on my computer, so we should be able to have slightly smoother gameplay as well. So before we get started, I just got to fix my keyboard quickly because it keeps scrolling right like that. So I'm holding the left key at the moment and it just keeps scrolling right, so that's annoying. So I'll just fix that up quickly right now and we'll return to this recording and can start working on this episode and start naming your guys bus lines in our downtown area. So 1 second. Alright, so here we are at our downtown area where our buses are coming in. So first things first, we're going to start naming some of these bus lines after you guys that you have provided for me, and as I mentioned, I will keep renaming more bus lines as I see more comments roll in. So for example, first we have our bus line number 54. No, I'll start way back from, so bus line number 85. No, that's not it. 84. No. Which ones are these bus lines? That's probably on the other island. There we go. So bus line number 75. So let's see, what do I have on my list over here? First of all, let's rename this to the Mark Jansen line. There we go. Alright, so what other bus lines do we have? Right here, 72. Bus line number 72 will be the Miguel Cervera or Cervera bus line. There we go. Perfect. Next, who do we have here? Bus line number 71. Copper Top Cop. There we go. The Copper Top Cop line. Next, let's see, bus line number 70. Who do we have? We have Sonia Sturl. There we go. You have a bus line now as well in our downtown area. Next, bus line number 69 will be for who? This will be the Valius Ma line. There we go. And how many more do we have left in here? This is the last one. So this one's going to be the Ernesto line. Okay, so I do have more on my list, but we don't have enough bus lines at the moment, so I'll keep, as we keep expanding downtown, I'll keep adding more bus lines. And as we add more bus lines, we'll I'll keep adding you guys to the list of having your own personal bus lines in the city of Verucchio, which is a nice touch, I think. I've also activated the day-night cycle because someone asked me to so that you can see what the city will look like at night. So I'll just do a quick zoom out. So here we go. This is our city so far. And I guess I can do a quick overview because it has been quite a while. So I want to have a bit of a refresher myself. So here we have all our farms, and during the night it's pretty dark around here, so you can't see much apart from just the main roads and kind of suburbs or towns that run through and distributed throughout the rural area over here. Moving across over here, we've got our initial starting zone where we started. We've got all our suburbs. I'm not entirely happy with St Kilda still, so there's going to be more redevelopment of that happening, but that'll be a lot later on. That'll be like one of the final things that I'll be looking at. Wow, this arch really does stand out over here. I really like that. That looks really, really good over here. Alright, so we got our few neighborhoods around over here. We have our tunnel bridge project. So we've got our bridge going onto this little block of, this little island, which then goes into a tunnel, which goes then into our downtown area. So that's turned out really nicely around over here. And we expanded it a little bit with an international airport and our little cargo port as well. It's like one of our main cargo ports at the moment in the city. We will have more though. I think it's turned out really good. It's just a bit of a shame that the rock features surrounding the airport kind of disappear when you zoom out. But other than that, when you zoom in, you can kind of see what's actually going on. So I like that. And I think the airport's located quite well. It's really stands out. Next, we've got our downtown area, which we had to do a lot of re-leveling of the ground. So we leveled the ground down a long way, like literally just above the line of the water, and it's turned out quite well. We did have a few issues from memory with flooding, but we've sorted that out. Last episode, we worked on this high residential area. So that's turned out rather nicely. This residential area is now connected to the highway as only ways of coming into this island. The way to get out is still only one way out or two ways out. And that's via going back into the downtown area, but there will be more connections coming along later. I was really happy with the way this downtown park really turned out over here. This is quite fantastic, I must say. I really do enjoy this. We got the Supre Reversi interchange over here. I really like this. This is completely happened a little bit by mistake. It was also happened when I was being bothered by my cat. So I renamed it after her. Over here we've got the famous Patja interchange, which is like a clover leaf but slightly modified clover leaf, so that we don't have like traffic interfering with one another with the on and off ramps. So we get much better flow of traffic over here. These were the latest suburbs to have been created. They were named, I actually don't remember, what were they? Cinecittà and Tuffalo, that's right. And we've got Branco around over here, and Redmond, okay, and Steelbrook, okay. So Steelbrook I think was actually on one of the Twitch sessions quite a while back. Our industry area is faring pretty nicely, I must say, I think, by the looks of things. We got our surrounding suburbs around our industry around over here. We've got our ore mining industry operating rather well. We've got quite a few actual railway stations around over here, cargo railway stations, which is nice. This junction over here with all these highways is still incompleted. We still need to provide some extra on and off ramps. From memory, we also did complete the loop with the train station, and our train station is just getting completely overused. I mean, it'll improve once we start connecting our metro lines a little bit better as well. Like, as the city expands, we'll be having more interconnectivity with metro, so the dependency on the trains will reduce to get across the city. Then we've got this beautiful interchange around over here. I remember this was not easy to create, but it turned out really well. It's interchanges like this that I wish that I could actually make in or have enough space to make in, like the create an interchange tool that comes with City Skylines. But unfortunately, to make these kind of massive, large, smooth interchanges, I don't have enough space to create that within the box that's given. So unfortunately, yeah, I'm unable to create like interchanges for you guys to use. Maybe I might think of doing that in the future if I get more time. And yeah, that's about it. The sunrise is coming up. We've got True Dams. So the city during the night I think looks pretty good, and it'll look even better once we start joining all these areas up even further. So speaking about joining things up, let's actually start developing or start working on our next suburb, which is over here. It's called Kayonokami. So here's the one that suggested for me to actually provide a beach around over here, which is what I've done. And it was going to be renamed after Kayonokami, but and it ended up being renamed after Kayonokami, but it was supposed to be Kayonokami Beach. But then I realized that, let's see, Control L is it? Yeah, that over here, if you have a look, that we've got districts. We've got a limitation of districts, which is 128, I think is the maximum size. Default limit is 126, so it's either one or the other. And we're already up to 52, so I wasn't going to create a beach which was just going to be named after Kayonokami, so I decided to name, not only like kind of emphasize that this whole suburb with the beach will be Kayonokami. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So first of all, I'm thinking over here, oh, we got some electrical issues going on around here. What's going on? Something must have burnt down. Let's see, that's all connected. This is all connected. Oh, we're just short on power, are we? We are short on power. Okay, so we might need to increase our budget from 75% to 80% with our electricity. Well, that was a bit of an unexpected thing. Although we are running a relatively small budget at this time, so that will fix things up pretty quickly, I think. Yeah, there we go. It's all done and fixed up. Right, so how much power are we generating now with that? 1900. Okay, that's fine. We've got plenty in reserve. We're only at 80%. So as I was saying, we're going to go back to Keironokami over here and start working on like a high density residential zone like we did last episode. And also try and emphasize or connect this highway that's running around over here. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to need to get a bit of the brush tool to start working around over here. Now I'm going to try and like interconnect this highway a little bit into this suburb so that there are actual proper good connections. So that, yeah, residents that come out of this area will jump onto this highway and then go into the necessary direction that they have to go in order to get into downtown or wherever across the map. Now, one thing that I quickly wanted to check out is, see the transportation. Okay, so this tunnel is getting used quite a lot. We might have to think about adding another connection into the downtown area. Alright, and one more thing that before we start off. Over the last weekend, no, 2 weeks ago, I actually visited Sydney on the weekend, and they have an absolutely amazing harbour. And I was thinking of maybe like putting like a little bit of a cargo or shipping, a big shipping port in around over here, like for tourists and all that, just to kind of emphasize or just kind of implement that Sydney kind of thing that I saw over there. So I've been thinking and considering things about this. We don't like really have much space in between over here, so I was thinking of perhaps pushing this land back around over here so I can have more space around here to add like ports and all that, but we'll see. That's something that I'm going to have to draw up and think about in the meantime. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to start working on building. Well, it's been a while, so forgive me if I'm a bit rusty. Let's see what we can do here. I think we need to go out by that much. What was it? It was that much. Okay, so if we do start entering into straights like that, that's what we're going to need. Okay, so if we are going to be doing straights, it's going to end up being like that, which is fine. Next question is, let's see, how do I kind of join all this up? Maybe I could make a roundabout that joins everything up to the highway. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea, although I did already experiment in Sant'Arcangelo with a roundabout and the connectivity of a roundabout. It ended up not being the best. Like, I had to make extra solutions surrounding that roundabout. So what we might do is just create an avenue and work our way on how to join things up from an avenue. I think that's the way I'm going to do things. Let's see, what do we have here? 11 by 24, so what's that? 13, I think. And that's 11 by 11. I think we can make that smaller, you know what? Oh, let's see. 11 by 11, so if we go 6 and 6 in this way, we should end up getting about 5 and 5, which is exactly that. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm just going to push this road out a little bit further in this direction, and we'll see how I can potentially like incorporate this highway. So we're going to have like blocks around over here. This is a bit bland and boring maybe, because yeah, they are literally nothing but blocks, but we'll see how we go. We'll see how things end up joining up. We need a base to work from. Okay, so that's fine. I'm happy with that. Push that a little bit further across. Cut that off like that. There we go. Now I can work with this. I reckon I really, yeah, I definitely can work with this. So if we were to start moving that across here, let's see now. Let's get our highway. Let's remove that. And why is this so awkwardly positioned? I thought this would be perfect. Why are we getting these weird angles? Okay, maybe this is what we need to do. Chuck it on like that. Now this corner is a bit weird. Doesn't matter, we can actually fix that up, I think, with parks. And it does it to all sides. Okay. Is it to do with the gradients? No, surely not. I think it's got to do with the connectivity around over here. That's all it's got to do with. Let's push that out to here. Oh, it actually is something around over here. Alright, so let's just... Wow, this is really strange. Sorry guys. I was just... yeah, rusty, and this is a bit unexpected for me that this is happening. Alright, because this isn't even with that. That's why. Okay. No problem. Let's see, how far do we need to go? So, let's just do it off this road. Join it up like that. Push this through over here. We can make a park or something around over here. We'll see about that. And push that through to here like that. Just make it go straight. So we can put like a park here. That'll be fine. Okay, so now we can start working on this highway. Now, why I'm working on the highway is because we're going to have access to this area, and pretty good access. This being, you know, high density residential, we're going to have to create pretty good access. Alright, I might need a gap in between over here. I think so, yeah. So, let's see. Let's just quickly pause this game. Let's just remove that and that and that and that. Let's continue this across a little bit further. This out to... what do we have? What do we have here? 25 by 19. So I want it to be 15. So let's go out by another 10 units. And what will that provide me? 15 by 19. So this needs to go out by another 4 units. And now let's just jump that across over here in this direction. There we go. That's pretty good. Now let's see, what can I do over here? If I push this across over here, push this across out to here. No, that does not create... oh, that's not bad of an angle, but we might need to push this out further. Out to there, there, and let's see, where is it straight? That's 45, right there. Okay, I can work with that. So what we need to do now is just simply increase the height of this highway. Chuck it across to here. What do we get here? 21 by 12. So let's just... can we chuck that out by another 2? Yes, we can. So what's that? 10 by 21. So 11 units in length. And that should be 11 by 12. That's fine enough. Okay. Change that around. Alright, so now... around over here we might start actually heading downhill. Let's see, roughly around to where? There we go. That's the spot right there. That's nice and smooth. I'm happy with that. And we can now just push this forward like that. That's not too bad. Think that that's quite acceptable. And I'll do a quick... nah, I'll just remove this. I won't worry about these vehicles not... well, being demolished essentially. Or restarting to get to their destination. Let's just join this up to there temporarily. So we've got one of our temporary highways set up. Alright, so now let's start working on our second one. Now, normally I would prefer to like continue or build while the simulation is going, but there's just so many vehicles on this highway that it will just create absolute chaos. So I want to kind of avoid that. I think that will be in the best interest of me and everyone. For me and everyone. So let's say push this out to here. Alright, so that can join up over here. This might actually have to come out a little bit out to here, and now let's see. That to that. Beautiful. Remove that, and that. Change the direction. Easy. Gonna have to remove all of this. Alright, let's continue this avenue across as far as we can. For example, that far. And now let's just increase the height up to 12. So from here to here, I think it was. Yeah. And from here to here, let's see if we can jump this across to here, make that join up here. This is all pretty much, it's all simple work. It's all coming back very nice and easily to my mind of how I was doing things. That one's a bit too rough, I reckon, or not smooth enough. So what I'm going to do is make this jump across and start actually heading down. And let's see. And that should create, yeah, there we go, a much smoother gradient. I can probably remove that and just make this keep going at this height level at 9. Obviously I can't do that, so let's just jump into overlap mode. And now let's just jump back into collide mode and just join it up, and that should be pretty smooth. Yeah. Because they are slightly off, or slightly on a different, it's a bit hilly, this terrain around it. Although I could flatten it. But this way it keeps it a little bit more interesting, I think. The fact that it's not perfectly flat. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Should we flatten this terrain out or keep it a little bit hilly? The way that it kind of is at the moment. I think we'll just keep it like that. Alright, so let's push that across here, and let's just quickly join this up, and we can potentially start working on our suburb for very soon now of Kano-Kami. Remove that. Easy, easy, easy. Change the direction of this. And I think we're set. Yes, we are. There we go. Continue simulation. Crazy flying vehicles, as to be expected, but now we have everything up and running. That's very good. I think it would be good to flatten this out now on second thoughts. Just looking at it, you won't be even able to see that it's not flat anyway. Once we start developing in this area. Alright, so next, I'm going to start making an off-ramp. It's the first order of business, is to create an off-ramp. And now, the importance of these off-ramps is that they're going to have to somehow connect to this whole junction. So this junction may be expanding. I think what would be a smart idea is to start developing suburbs around here. But in order to do that, we do have connectivity via here. But it would be smart to actually have, we can start developing here. because we do have all the necessary connections via downtown and then via this island and then via coming down over here. So let's start working on this. We're just going to need to pass some electricity through temporarily out to here, and let's start building. Bam, all high density residents. Let's go. And as soon as that's filled up, we'll start developing. Oh, over here, actually what I might do is let's see, I'll add these car parks around over here that I created, which are 2x4 car parks, like that. That's fine. We'll start adding some sunken plazas, if I can find them. Let's see, there we go. Let's do some low density commercial and some high density residential. We're going to need to extend our water pipes across. That's easy fix because we already have our grid set up. All it is just a matter of extending these pipes across like so. Alright, easy, absolutely easy. So I've saved myself like time by setting up earlier all these pipes. Okay. So this is the exit ramp. We're going to also have to create an entry into this area, and we're going to have to provide, I assume, some sort of schooling. Let's see, all this is fine. Okay, we have no problems around the city. No, how's this area? Ever since I came back after, I don't know what's happened, but we've got a massive amount of traffic pile up over here. I don't know why this is, if this is because of the day-night cycle, because during the day cycles, well, during the day, we don't have this issue around over here. I created some extra connections as well to try and alleviate some of the pressure. So this is actually affecting the city pretty badly. So I'm just hoping that it's not going to be a serious problem. These vehicles have just seriously got to start getting out of here faster, and these vehicles have to seriously start getting in faster. Where are, these are all these trucks. Where are you actually going? Exporting agricultural, exporting agricultural. So actually coming from within this area, just... I think what I might have to do is add like another cargo station around over here, so all this agricultural stuff will get exported from this side instead of going through here. That's probably the main reason. So we'll fix that up later. I can do that off camera or maybe some other time. But I can see by seeing and understanding what vehicles are heading there, I kind of know what the solution will be to fix that. So, alright. Daytime is coming, we're going to start hitting the positives again. I think during the day we positive and during the night we are negatives. It's a strange mix. And we have less traffic? No, we have a lot of traffic here. Look at this. This one entry point into our downtown area is really being pushed to its limits. Oh yes, definitely getting pushed to its limits. So we might have to you definitely have to create some extra entry points into the downtown area, especially now that we are expanding actually over here to this side of the city. And we've got fire around over here already. Fantastic. I like to see this. Let's add a nice hospital. Can we face it this way? No, we can't. We can face it this way. No, we can't. Well, this isn't very nice. Place the hospital like right here. What other hospitals do we have? We have that. We have a medium-sized clinic. What's the coverage on this? It's not bad. We can give this a shot. Why not? Let's see what a medium-sized clinic can do. It actually looks pretty good. Very modern and sleek. I like that. Alright, we may... Ooh, yes, thank you for that notification. You can tell it's still a fresh install of City Skylines. I'm still getting notifications and everything like that. So, let's start focusing on expanding our residential area around over here. I'm thinking that we're gonna have to expand just a little bit around over here, just in stages, just to make sure that the electrical connection will pass through. And also, we're gonna have to start working on, I think, creating an exit point. And that will also be important because we're gonna have to somehow connect it to this junction. And that may require us to do like layers, like we did before. Sort of a thing that Uto has done previously in his cities, and he's doing right now in Astargea, where he's adding layers of highways on top of one another. So let's see what we can do, because what I want to do is essentially allow a connection onto this highway, but not so that they're jumping onto the highway and then jumping onto this ramp in order to go downtown. What I want to do is filter them via the ramps, because otherwise we can get a lot of problems with merging on the actual highway ramps. So an idea that I think that I'm going to try and introduce is to create a higher level ramp around over here. So let's just do a ramp that runs across at a height level of 12. And I'm going to extend, excuse me, I'm going to extend this ramp across, I think, a little bit in terms of height. Or I'm not sure actually just yet. One thing that we need to do though, that's going to take forever if we do it like that, so removing those trees. So what I'm going to do is just remove these trees like this with the brush tool. Nice and easy. And this way I'll probably be able to like create a ramp which goes underneath one of the ramps over here, like so. And we're might have to push this back a little bit further so that we can avoid any like triple lane merging from actually happening. So we'll just push this out to there and push this connection out to here. That way these two I don't think are too close enough, or close enough for them to like create problems for one another. So something like that, and now I'm going to have to find a way of being able to join these two up. So that's part of the fun right now. So one idea is to make this to go up. So let's say a height of 24, which is double the height. Let's just push that up like that. And we've got a bit of gradient work here. No, we don't. Okay, so that's fine. So we're going to have to be working with side pillars over here. So instead of pillars, we're going to have to be in overlap mode, of course, because we're going to be overlapping. Not floating, but pillars on the side over here. And if we can just get it to clip, like so. So if we can just get it to work like this, I think this will work out pretty nicely for us. So if we just join it up to here, what I might need to do is actually push this out a little bit further, out to there, for example. I might just temporarily remove this, and let's see now. We need to go back into pillars. Just jump into collide, because we're not actually colliding with anything now. I'm just going to push this up to 24. Join that up like that. Remove that. Push this through over here. Out to, say, roughly around over here. Let's see. Yes, I'm going to remove that. And now go back into side pillars, into overlap mode. And we're going to try and join this up, if we can. Overlap side pillars. And that's actually not really working out. Space already occupied. I'm in overlap, so it shouldn't be. Let's just remove that and try it like this. Let's remove that. We might have to rebuild everything underneath. That's fine though. Just join it up like that. I don't think that's actually going to interfere. No, I don't think it will. So what we can do now is go jump back into normal pillars, change the direction so that we can just get normal pillars underneath over here. So that's all we need. There we go. Change the direction. Make sure it's going in the right direction, of course. Okay, so next, right over here, that's side pillars, so that's fine. These needs to be just normal pillars, and in overlap mode, now it's just a matter of pushing this highway through underneath. That's if we can get this to clip somehow. Space already occupied, really? It's not very helpful for me if it's going to be doing that. How did we do it last time? Oh, just like that. Alright, perfect. So we got it done, though I'm going to have to change the direction of this. There we go. So that's all good and fine. Now let's see, so that connects to the highway, and I'm gonna have to provide access to be able to jump onto this. So first of all, this now needs to go down. So let's jump down. We can be in collide now. In collision mode, jumping down by 12 units. Oh, so much clipping going on. Oh, snapping going on. I'm using clipping again, not snapping. Pardon me for my wrong words. Alright, so there we go. So that's connected. So we can continue the simulation. So this junction is really starting to grow. Now we need to find a way to connect this to here and also to the ramp down below. So what I'm thinking is we might have to have some sort of a split off happen somewhere around over here. Or what we can do is, let's see. Just pause this for a second. Remove that. Let's just continue this highway across here, like so. Can remove that section, join this back up. That way we've got like a guide at exactly the same level. Or same, like, going parallel with one another. Don't want to delete that now. And let's see, if I remove that, I think, yeah, this will work. This will definitely work. If all I need to do is now just push this down to the height of 12, push it out by 12 units. There we go. Let's push this out over here. I think that's roughly a pretty good angle to be working with, and so is that. It's not too severe. No, that's pretty smooth. I'm happy with that. And now I'm just going to join this up like so. Change the direction. Might have to remove this just for now and find a way to connect this up. So this will require a bit of a curve, but that's fine. Gonna have to be in overlap mode for this though. So just a small delicate curve, something like this, somewhere about halfway, and now back in the other direction like that. I think that works pretty well. And if you don't like the curve, we can make it just a curve and a straight segment, which I might try and do. Yes or no? No, we'll just leave it for now. Alright, so let's just change that, and that's all done. And now change the direction of that. This needs to be changed. I'm going to have to do a bit of upgrading of these roads from being in overlap mode back into collide, so that we don't get actual zoning over the top of these roads. There we go. Now, that's this highway. No, that's right. There we go. So we're connected up. There we go. So this junction has grown quite a bit, but it will be working a lot better. I could have just connected the highway straight to the ramp straight to the highway, but I wanted to avoid any like potential joining or lots of merging issues. So this way, it's kind of following that same funneling system that I use or filtering, a ramp filtering system that I use. So this way, any vehicles that come out of this suburb jump onto this ramp. Instead of jumping onto the highway, they jump onto this ramp and use this ramp to either jump onto the other ramp, which will lead them into the downtown area, or they can just take the other ramp, which will lead them onto the highway. Now, one other thing that I was thinking of doing is providing another access point to get onto this ramp. So that would provide or require us to make a bit more of an expansion somewhere. How to do that is another question. I'll leave that for now because I think we've done enough work on actual highway building for now. It's something that I have not considered. I have already considered or pre-planned this, just I wanted to do it on camera, so I kind of had an idea of how to do this. But the other connection I have not completely considered of what we can do. Because yeah, residents that are coming out from Kino coming over here have access to the highway which goes down over here into the sunken highway and then into the tunnel. They don't have access to get to this island over here if they need to. Apart from, well, they do by using the avenue and then jumping across into this tunnel which leads them across into this island. But that's a bit of a long trip. So I think we can provide that access, but from here somewhere, but we'll have to wait and see how that's going to work out. Going to have to give it some time. I'm actually thinking this we can actually change. I'm not too happy with that gradient going up on an angle. I rather see gradients go up. I don't know, it's just a visual thing that I see in this game that works a lot better, is seeing gradients move up in straight lines. And no, that's wrong. Let's just join this up from here to here and something like that. I'm a lot more happier with something like that. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so then I'm just going to have to add some like trees and decorations in between. But because I'm not sure of how to connect that, I'll leave that for now. Alright, so we had a fire here just previously. So what I'm going to do is start adding a fire service around over here. I think that will increase the happiness around over here. Going to start adding some elementary schools. I think that will be quite a necessary thing. So I'll add in an elementary school. I think over here we can add another highway connecting point which goes in the other direction. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. And connect it from the middle. That way we can kind of still utilize this outer area. Because this area in the middle, this area is a bit wasted. So what I'm going to do is just utilize this space to actually connect like our ramp, ramp which will be going in the other direction. So just push that out to there. Now I think we should be able to create like a smooth corner around over here. I can't clip on or snap on. Just have to do it manually then. It's not a big problem. It's relatively easy. It's out to say somewhere around over there. There we go. Push this out a little bit. What do we have? We are going to be... No, we're not keeping that road there for any... That was just a temporary guide. Okay, so let's just remove this. I'm gonna rush this up by another 4, or continue it by another 4. Oi! We might actually not have to go up. We might just create a long ramp. Why should it go up if it's going back down? There's no reason to push this up. We can just make this longer. And make it join up somewhere around over here. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. So push this out by another 4 units around over here. There's no point in this being going up if it's going back down again. We can just create a nice long segment. I think that's more financially viable for our city. And in real life it would be a much better option, I think. So let's just create that straight like that. There we go. And that's hooked up. That looks pretty good. It does the job. Okay, so we got two potential exits over here already done. The entry points are still a bit finicky, so we're gonna have to work on that. I'm thinking it's gonna have to come from somewhere around over here. Now have a look at this, guys. I'm loving this. We got full lane utilization. All 3 lanes are being used. And if you guys, there are still many people that struggle to understand how this works, because people say, oh, I'm only getting like 1 lane utilized. Now that's because people are creating like their highways like they do, or they would do it normally in real life, where you exit off the slow lane. So what I do is I make the ramps join up on both sides of the highway. That way vehicles enter on both sides, and then if they need to change lanes, they change lanes. But this way it kind of makes them utilize all lanes, so you don't get that constant 1 lane only being used on a highway. Alright, so let's see. I think we might need some police, and we definitely need more expansion of residents. So what I'm gonna do is inside this suburb, let's see if we can start just developing a few more streets and just the basic layout of this suburb. So let's go out by another 6 over here. I think we can just join that up like this. Yeah, that'll work fine. Another one over here. We're gonna have a bit of a gap. Should we have 2 or 1? No, we'll do 1 on either side. So what's that? 6 by 24. So we'll go out by 18. This should provide us with a smooth enough gap. There we go. I'm not going to create any streets, or I might make one that cuts across here like that. No, maybe not, because it doesn't really want to join up smoothly or the way that I'd like it to. So no, we're not going to do that. All we're going to do is just let's see. On this side I'm going to make all of this commercial, as we still do have a bit of commercial demand. And let's see, let's just jump into this avenue, push this avenue out in this direction so that we kind of know where we're going. And we have lots of demand for residential still, so let's keep expanding. And Kirinokami, I think all the extra finances, yeah, like extra taxation and all that is covered, but one policy that I do want to stop is high-rise ban. I do want high density, but not high rises around over here for the time being anyway. This area still doesn't have that setting, so it's fine. Okay, so we just need to keep expanding our population. Let's just keep going. I think what we might do later on is also start connecting some metros over here. I mean, we definitely will have to, but that's gonna, you know, have to give it some time. We can't do everything at once. Right, so that's all connected. We'll see how Kirinokami slowly starts expanding. This actually looks nice, driving down on this avenue and you've got the canal right there, right in front of you. That looks pretty good, I must say. And some of these traffic lights we might have to get rid of, even though, because previously from memory, it was T intersections that I was actually removing traffic lights, but on full intersections we were keeping them. So we'll see what the traffic is like over here. If it ends up being bad, we'll get rid of them. Alright, so police station. Perhaps a police station would be nice. Also in this centralized location. Let's see, some more residential buildings over here. Perhaps we can add like a commercial building or an office building, just to break things up just a tad. We're not breaking things up really much with that, but that's that. Now we have used up all our demand for our residential, so I'm going to start adding some commercial demand into this city. Now over here, this is a pretty highly used area, especially with this highway connection. So just for now, let's just do a bit of that. And let's see, what can we do over here? Possibly expand this road across over here. if I were to do this, it would ruin these power lines. Now, what are these power lines actually doing? They are actually connecting us up. So what I might do is connect these power lines up over here. As soon as they start turning on, yep, there we go. Power is flowing. I'll remove these. Alright. Now I'm gonna, let's see, push this through over here. Maybe even further. I'm not gonna just make a block out of it. I'll make it slightly off. Let's see, I think that's 4 units. Yeah, that's fine. So what now we can do is cut that across over here. Let's change this to no lights around over here. We don't want lights. Well, this area is getting used a lot just for this highway access point. Before it was this highway access point. That's because these suburbs really don't have any exit points, although they will start having exit points around over here as we further expand this junction. So for now it is a bit busy over here, but it will ease up. So let's see, what can we add over here? I think we can add like a park or something. That's actually a lot of space available. Maybe we can like put a street in the middle and make like a bit of sharing space, or a cul-de-sac. Maybe no, not in this area. Or we could do like a park in the middle. I'm not entirely sure just yet. Alright, so first things first. Because this is the main avenue, I'm just going to add residential buildings like this. Sorry, commercial buildings, high density commercial buildings here. And on the inside, we'll add, yeah, some more office space. Because we do have a small amount of office space here required. Might have to start considering of a way to join this avenue up as well. As you can see, we're kind of all over the shop. It's been a while since we've actually made an episode. So let's see, what's that? 3 by 19. So if we go out by 16, let's see, push this out to there and there. There we go. That creates the smoothest connection that we can get. Now I can potentially add like some... Actually, you know what? Not potentially, we are going to do this. Just zone all this up as some more commercial. Now I have to think of what we can do in this like central block over here. It's kind of just empty and vacant. Don't like having these vacant spaces, but it does happen. It would be cool if perhaps we could like create alleyways or something like that and connect buildings to those alleyways, but that's just not going to happen. I don't want to make an intersection. I could do like a road which cuts through here, or a street, which would utilize the space a little bit better, but I don't want to make an intersection out of this because it's already a T intersection and it's getting used quite a lot. So we'll figure something out for here. So let's see. We still have really big demand, really big demand for commercial. So we've got a few commercial areas around over here on these main avenues. And looking at these avenues, like I remember, I think I spent quite a bit of time on constructing ideas and the way these avenues should be working, but I'm not entirely sold on it, I must say. Like in terms of the way we're utilizing this space. Oh wait, this whole central area I think was supposed to be like a park and a small like little lake, sort of a downtown thing, but I'm not entirely sure. Like I cannot remember. I might have to watch my own episodes, or watch the last episode that I did. Wait, we got sunset in a beach over here. So I think for this reason I created this area so that I can add more commercial if needed around over here. So that's what I'll do. That should start filling up. Over here, I think I left that to plop a big building down, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, let's see how our connection is going over here. Wow, we got a lot of vehicles. This is good to see though, that it is being utilized. Oi, this is actually a bit not right with these roads around over here. This needs to be changed. I wonder if there would be lights here if we create this as a one-way. I don't think... Do we have bus lines running through here? We do. We do have a bus line. I'm thinking of maybe possibly rerouting this bus. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reroute this bus from here to here. The traffic's not that bad, but still, I'm thinking it would be more beneficial for us if we were to reroute it. So for example, out to here, create a new bus stop around over here as well. Like there. And just for testing purposes, I'm just going to see what's going to happen if we create these into like one-way streets. I mean, I prefer not to, but just out of curiosity, just to see how this will affect the flow of the city. I mean, this will obviously become no more lights, so yeah, so we'll create it with trees. We'll give it the top of the range. Let's see, that goes in that direction, this goes in this direction. Like that. So there'll be no lights here, and cars will be pouring out much faster. So let's just see how this works out. So they'll be coming into the city centre, and then it'll be also good to see how they split up amongst these lanes. If they actually do utilise all 6. The usage is not that bad, but you can see how much it has cleared out this intersection. Like now we've got much better flow into the city here. And essentially we're splitting it off into 2 separate ways, so we're kind of increasing our capability of flow, of being able to come into our downtown area, which is good, provided that these lights don't hold up for too long, because this whole row ended up being causing the whole highway situation where it was stacking up into the highway. So we'll see. It's a test for now. If it doesn't work out, we'll change it back to the way it was. Alright, so let's see how Kei no Kami is developing. Wow, Kei no Kami has developed really quickly here. That's good to see. Very good to see. Okay, so perhaps we have no demand for... well, very small demand for residential and commercial. We have more on the industrial side of things, so offices as well. I'm not going to be working on industry for this episode. I'm pretty satisfied with what we have around over here. Actually, yeah, I'm definitely satisfied with what we have around over here. I still got to place a couple of parks here that we demolished a little bit earlier. I said I'm not, but let's see. Over here, we've got a bit more space. Let's just add it because we can. And let's see. We got to fix some of these streets up because I was placing parks and these overlapping things kept giving me a bit of hassle, so I'm gonna have to fix that up. Over here next to this MCG, we might add some more commercial buildings around over here. It's just an idea. Let's just add some high density commercial. I think that'll be a nice touch around the stadium. Yeah. If we start adding some shopping around it. Over here, let's see. Let's start adding some more. We might have to fix these streets up around over here as well. Pillars and collide, yes, done. And once more. Okay, now let's start placing some more high density commercial. Like so. Hopefully this will actually turn out nicely. I'm hoping I won't end up looking bad. And we'll add some more high density commercial around over here. I'm not actually expecting this avenue to keep going, or maybe I might, because it is like one of the main avenues from one side to the other. Oh yeah, I might continue that avenue across. So I'll leave it blank for the time being, and we'll just continue adding some more 1, 2, 3, 4 commercial buildings in this way. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so it doesn't have to be perfect. One will have to share, like with the 2 block. And it'll be good to see as well, once these buildings on the other side start developing, it'll be good to see how it actually kind of hides the road underneath here, and how this road appears squeezed in between both buildings. It'll be good to see. Got some more areas around over here that we could potentially, yes, we are definitely going to, oh no, I think I had a park around over here. Let's see, I can see that footpath there, so I'm assuming that I had a park around over here, because parks were one of the things that I actually didn't save, that I kind of modified myself. I think it's further up, no, it's this one. I actually changed the gravel footpaths into concrete footpaths, because they provide like lights. So when I make like the extensions of footpaths to join areas up, I actually have like proper lighted or lit up footpaths in between like residential buildings. Right, now there's been lots of comments about like these towers, these skyscrapers kind of standing out, and that all these buildings are kind of too low. I'm not too concerned about that just yet, because these buildings will start developing into much taller buildings, and so the gap and the height difference between one and the other will diminish as these buildings start, or these offices start upgrading to level 3. So as we can see, service progress. So what we need to focus on over here is the service. So I'm assuming what that will mean is service to do with like public transportation. There's probably not enough public transport around here. We only have a couple of bus lines. We've got a couple of metros, but it's not enough. Like the connectivity is probably not good enough. So we're going to have to work on that. Probably add a few. No, education and happiness is pretty good. It's just the service progress. So that would be the transportation, yeah. So just better connectivity in general needs to be provided around over here. Although we do have buildings just upgrade to level 2. Okay, so that's fine. I'm happy with that. Just by adding a couple of car parks, that's actually helped. We might have to add more as we go. I think I had one over here as well, actually, next to this metro station. Car park is something that I also got rid of, or not got rid of, I didn't save. Might have to add some concrete around over here next to this metro station. Gonna have to figure out how to utilize this space. I think this will be used for like skyscrapers or something. We'll see. Okay, so we have demand for some more residential, so let's start expanding Kiriakami a little bit further. I'm gonna have to jump into the avenue tool. Let's just keep expanding this out to, for example, out to here, or maybe less. Expand it out to 4. Let's do a small side street that goes in this direction. Gonna have to push that out to there, remove that. Alright, so on this side we're going to add some more high density residential. And over here we're going to have to see how we can join up this avenue with one another. So what does that give me? Probably not enough space, because I want to make sure that we have, yes, I want to make sure that we have like enough space to at least place 2 tall buildings next to each other, high density residential. So if we push this out to here, let's see what we can do. What does that give me? 6 by 5. So what I'm going to do is push this out a little bit further by 1 extra click, and that should give me 5 by 5, which it does, so that's perfect. Alright, so that will utilize that space pretty well. Alright, so all this is high density around over here. I'm thinking on this side of things we might actually start looking at low density. You know what? This whole area, I'm going to clear this out, remove these. And yeah, I'm going to start looking at potentially, you know what, let's remove this. I'm going to change this up a bit, just a tad. Push this avenue out a little bit further. Out to here. Let's see, that's the angle, 1 by 1, so Let's see how this will work out for us. Something like that. And push this across over here. That leaves us a nice gap in between, so we can add like a park or something. Join that up. I'm going to start introducing like a park around over here as well. If I can find it. Yep, that works fine for me. I'm going to start introducing some like low density residential around over here. Keirin Ikami is going to be a bit of both. High density and low density. Can like split this park into here over here as well, I think. Let's see, jump across here, join that up here, join that up here. Yeah, we can make this into a nice large park, I think. That'll be good. Now over here, our next segment. What can we do over here? I'm gonna make like a little area that will join up. What's that, 5 by 20, so we'll go out by 15, join this up, maybe from this side we'll create, yes, from that side we'll create much better connectivity, and just start filling this in. Let's just see how quickly this takes to develop. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Add some more commercial as well. Not too much though. And over here now, let's see. Let's push this out to here. What's that? 6 by 12. So if we go out by 6, I should be able to just go 6 by 6, and that's alright. Can create like footpaths and connections around in between over here. First, let's just, you know what? Let's just zone it all up like that. There we go. Let's see what we get out of it. Alright, next. Let's see. This may be a cul-de-sac, I reckon. We're just gonna plop something like this around over here. This highway is highly used, so we might push it away just a tad more and just end it like that. We don't want to push too many residents too close to this highway, I don't think, because it is very, very highly used. It will be even more as the city expands. So I think this is a nice touch. Just have it like some smaller residents around over here, and some people will be lucky because they'll get some nice views. Actually, you know what? It's not going to be a cul-de-sac. I changed my mind. We're going to join this up. What's that? 5 by 9. So we need to go out by 4 units. Can we do that? No. So maybe out to here. 6 by 9, so 3 units. No, it has to be this direction. 3 by 10, no. 10 by 4, so 6 units. Like that. Join this up. That works for me, and join that up. There we go. Perfect. We're on speed 2 now. Let's jump into speed 2. We need to increase the speed a little bit. Are we going to start? Yes. We can remove these power lines. We don't need them here anymore. Let's see. Park around over here, or... No, this is all going to be high density residential, I think. Just considering whether or not we should mix it up a bit more, if we actually should add like lower density around over here. It is right here next to this coast. Or what we can do is make it that right here next to this shoreline we have high density, and in the middle over here we can have like lower density, because we might also need some extra space for creating connections. So we need to take that into some consideration. It's good to see that we're not having any issues with our highways. All lanes are being utilized. So over here, let's see. Let's see. I think we could possibly squeeze in like a crematorium around over here. Crematorium would be nice. No, we can't squeeze one in. Okay, maybe a cemetery. People love cemeteries. Not here, not here. Could place it here? No. I already got something being built over here. Space already occupied. Ah, it's not wide enough as well. If I place it here, that should be fine. I'll just place it like that. There we go. And I'll also add a crematorium, because they're just simply required. Like so. I know it's next to a residential building, so that's not really great or fantastic. So, but it, just for the gameplay way, it's gonna work out really well, because we will have less problems in, or the way this cemetery will clear out will be a lot faster. Now I'll need to consider of ways to join this area up. So we're gonna expand this line. And I also have to take into consideration that this is not just going to be like a closed area. We're actually going to be doing streets underneath this highway, which will connect to other suburbs around. So it's kind of more interconnected. So especially like this intersection, for example, I didn't consider this. We could have just pushed like a straight across over here, which I'm going to do. So sorry, but that residential building just had to get knocked down. But that's all part of that. Now we've got a big open area around over here, so this is something that I'm going to have to take into consideration as well. What to potentially add over here. So I'll leave it blank for now. Maybe you guys can give me some suggestions, like maybe a park, or maybe just start working around smaller housing around over here. Maybe that's the way to tackle this area right here. Let's see, what can we do with this? If I were to push this through here, what does that give us? No, I don't like that. That's too blocky. I mean, it is downtown area though, so it, in a way, it has to be blocky in order to utilize the space really, really well. Let's see, what can we possibly do here? So I think this road was actually used as a guide, but it's in a really good spot over here. You know what, I'm gonna start expanding some residents around over here as well. Maybe a park. Can we add a park around over here? That's another interesting question. Well, we got lots of people using this way to get in over here. So we're definitely going to have to start considering of ways of being able to provide access into this area. So one thing that I'm actually thinking is, here we go, I'm going to use this area as an entry point into Kayonokami. So this ramp is going to slightly be altered. It might actually go down and run underneath. Just the question is, how or where am I going to connect this up to? That's the real question. I have an idea. Let's see if we can get this done. Alright, so wait, first, so I've got an idea where I want to push. I'll put a ramp over here like that, and this is essentially just going to run straight and join up to this avenue here and drop people off around over here. I think that will work pretty well. But I don't want to like just create a ramp like that, because this area will be too close to this area here. So we're going to be doing a bit of a stacking system around over here. I just have to consider how this is actually going to play out, because this is actually being ramped up. This is actually up. So unless I create, no, it needs to be off the highway. It needs to be off this highway. The connection needs to be off the highway. And potentially off this ramp as well. Or if not from that ramp, at least from somewhere around over here. Or what I can do is create like a loop around over here, which makes the cars jump into this district a little bit faster. Now that's an idea. That's actually a pretty good idea. I'm gonna see if we can actually make that work. So if we build this out from here, push this up to a height of 12 by 12 units, make it squeeze out just a tad further, I reckon out to there. That's fine. Let's upgrade this to a ramp. And we'll change this up to be an T intersection or something like that. I think this will work a lot better if it's actually like a proper T intersection. Let's see, 5 by 10. So we'll do this out by 5. So these are the difficult parts when expanding into new areas of your city. Let's see. I'm gonna have to push this up to a height of 12. Now, I just want to create a very small segment that goes parallel kind of with this highway. Just a very, very small segment like this. So that what I can do now is just join this up to here. Like so. And now let's just try and join this up. Out to here and here. Oh. Space already occupied. By what? There's nothing here occupying this space. Ah, okay. Yes, there is. Okay, there we go. So that actually works. That's like a double entry point. That doesn't look too bad. Can add some decorative trees around over here if I can find the ones that I'm after. Let's see. This one. Single units, please. Kind of like that. That's fine. And it's already being utilized. This is good to see. Alright. So that's one entry point done from this highway. I'm actually going to have to create another entry point somewhere around over here. So to do this, might actually, let's see, if we create a loop around over here or something. From the highway, how can we join it from the highway? Create a ramp and then a ramp that goes up, they'll start going up. That'll be too high. I don't want to go any higher than where we already are. So this is unfortunately something that I'm going to actually have to consider off camera, because it's just, I can already tell it's going to take way too long for me to figure this out. If you guys have suggestions, like you guys have been actually really cool with your suggestions when like printing screen like a part of this city that you guys have taken from the video, and actually like drawing out like little squiggles. I don't know what the actual app is, like it's like a quick online app I think or something, and you like squiggle up a potential plan of how to connect things up. I really want to thank you guys for that, because that's actually really been helpful in certain circumstances for me when developing this. So yeah, potentially what I want is this ramp to join up to this avenue, but the question is how to connect it to this, because this is at a height level of 12, and this ramp over here, which I wanted to make it go over or under, is already at the same height level. So I don't want the ramp or the system to unnecessarily go up and then have to go back down just in order to get over something. So yeah, that's... This is gonna have to take some planning. Alright, so knowing that that's gonna require some planning, what I'm gonna do is lock this area off with a park. And this park I can potentially like use to connect this area potentially like with an area around over here, which we might actually do like right now. Let's see how this turns out. If I were to just push this out over here, Let's see, 4 by 4. I reckon this will work. What's that? 7 by 37. So if I go out by 30 units, this should be able to create me like a smooth transition, which it does absolutely perfectly. So all that's left to do is just add a park. I know many of you actually don't like this. Some people do, but it's the best way that a solution that I can come up with in order to be able to like join up dead spaces within like empty city like blocks. It's the best solution, and it just adds a bit more greenery to the city. If you guys can actually have other solutions of how to like join up areas or how to fill dead spaces like in between blocks, like for example, where do we have that? Over here, like this kind of dead block right here in the middle. What would you use to fill it? Would you use just like trees to fill it up, or like paint it with concrete and just use it like a bit of a central kind of plaza sort of a thing? Or even though it really isn't a plaza in this game, but just for that visual aesthetic side of things, let me know what you guys think about that. This episode we're not going to be still working on any public transportation around over here for the time being. This whole area around over here with these whole connectivity with the ramps so that there's quicker access into this Kei no Kami, we'll still have to will have to work on, and I'm just considering whether or not this should be like a one-way street, because this is going to be really heavily used, or if this should be upgraded to like say an avenue. I think an avenue would be probably best suited for this area. So yeah, let's just give this a shot. Let's see what it turns out like if we were to add this, say, as an avenue. So let's just jump down by, where do we need to go to? Here. And we can jump up by one block here, like so. Jump this across. Push that through over here. Let's see. Let's grab that through over here. Remove that. Push this avenue out to here. And now let's see. Or we could make this an actual avenue as well. So we can change this whole connection a little bit. So I think I could just be able to upgrade this. No, I can't. I'm unable to do so. So let's just remove that. How many? There's no pillars here. That's fine. That's going to work to my advantage by creating it fresh. There's absolutely no pillars here. This is really, really good. So I'm just going to build that out to here. Remove that. Let's see now if we can just join this up to here. What can we get? That's about 4 units. Yeah, it's about 4 units by a lot. 16. So I'm going to push this out. Say 16, so 4, so let's push it out to 12 units. Now I should be able to just make this join up nice and smoothly. Like so. And last thing, I think it just makes a lot more sense to join a highway up to an area in downtown like this. Oh, this isn't even downtown, it's just a suburb very close to downtown, next to downtown. Might have to push this back a little bit so it won't be 12, so it might be just a tad steeper than what I would normally like it to be. Overlap, please. It's actually not too bad. Come in, you've got your entry point into an avenue. That's actually really not that bad. I like that. it just makes a lot more sense. A lot more sense of having an avenue run through here. Now potentially I can have this ramp join up to this avenue instead of this avenue. And that can potentially allow me to... No, it will not allow me to do what I was thinking. Because I was thinking of making a ramp which goes down over here underneath this first ramp. But then we can't make it go down onto the ground level because we already have this area here. So that's not going to work. Okay. So this whole area will require some more consideration. This is turning out rather nicely around over here. I'm going to start adding some trays around over here. Let's see, we've got some of these tall trays that we like to add. There we go. We'll add some smaller trays. And I guess it's kind of hard to see it right now because it's night. Next video though, next episode we'll start working like we were in the previous episodes, just during the day, and then we'll get another status update of what it actually does look like during the night. I had a recommendation, not a recommendation, someone suggested just to for the next episode to try out the night, just so that we can see what the city looks like, and it does look pretty good. Especially the downtown, it really is starting to stand out, but there's still lots more work that needs to be worked on. Alright, so can't see the details that we've been adding here with all these trees because it's too dark, but what we can do is just keep adding more trees. Can fill in these details, so hopefully by the time day comes it'll look pretty, at least. Oh, that's the idea anyway. Let's see if we can get some of these nice other trees in. These have been actually providing me quite a lot more greenery, these other trees. I've been using 3 types now when filling in instead of just 2 types. Okay, so this area, let's see, add some parks. I mean, just extension now. I know you guys, some of you don't like this, but I don't know seriously what else I can do to make this area work better. Oh, that's in overlap. I don't want overlap. Let's just jump into this straight. Upgrade this straight to like that, and now downgrade it back to what it was. Alright, so, because now we've just added some trees and a path and just some trees, and it just looks really good. I don't know what other possible way of utilizing this space any better I can potentially do, apart from like zoning the roads right up next to each other. So maybe you guys actually have ways of doing this. Let me know. I mean, I'm not only here trying to teach you guys and make you guys enjoy this series, but also here to pick up tips that other people that are playing, such as you, that can help me improve my game and my city as well while I'm at it. So hopefully day is not too far away. Yes, the sun is coming, so this will be the last cycle of day that we're going to go through. Let's just quickly see. I think Nakami is coming along pretty nicely. I think we can expand this area with some more high density residential, and the rest of this area will be kind of low density. So we're doing a bit of a mixture here. And my battery has just died. Fantastic, because I'm running it on wireless mode. Alright, there we go. Should have the mouse back. Yes, there we go. Connected it back. So now, no more wireless mouse. Now it's just cabled mouse. Alright, so what do we have over here? We have streets that need to be fixed up. Avenues. So like so, and I need to fix it up with, what do we have actually over here? We do need to add some more commercial, so I'm going to start adding some commercial in here like so. Just start mixing and matching a little bit more, because we do have very heavy office type space around over here. So I'm going to start mixing it up a bit. Ooh, doesn't this look very nice? Look at that. Driving on this elevated avenue. You got your tall skyscrapers. That looks pretty nice. I'm liking that. You got your plaza there. You keep driving. Let's see. You keep driving. You keep driving. Where is our... I think we've passed... Yeah, I think we've passed our central station. Let's just keep going around over here. Ah, there it is. So if we come around over here, there it is. You can't really see it. Oh, you can see footpaths in between and the train station. That looks pretty good. We can see the hills and some of the wind turbines that we have around in our farms from here. So that looks pretty nice. We have a few issues around over here. Yes, we do. Ooh, okay, sewage. We need to look at our sewage system. Sewage is not currently good enough. We need to add a couple more, like so. There we go. Water availability also is a bit... There we go. That's been pushed up now, though. That's actually not enough, I don't think. We might need another one or two. Let's see. This to here, this to here, this to here. Let's just stay on the safe side. We're well and truly safe with electricity, I believe. Oh yes, well and truly. We're only running at 80% budget, so that's absolutely nothing. And yeah, that's about it. So we've developed a little bit. We've got Karen Okami started. One thing I also wanted to mention is we got the Dahiel El Leduc bridge. This is a guy that actually has been helping me quite a lot with just providing me ideas of ways of continuing this city and ideas of what I can potentially do. I want to thank him as well. So thank you for, you know, all the messages that you've been sending me. So you've got your bridge named after you, which was actually your idea to provide this bridge over here with the all these access. And when we do put a bus line on running over this bridge, it will be named after you as well, mate. So thanks once again. And yeah, I've added you guys to these bus lines. So not everyone has been added yet because we don't have enough bus lines. But for those that you have been added, I hope you're going to be enjoying this. I will provide different coloured lines later on as well for you guys, so you can distinguish which line is yours. That way I'll mark it out for you guys to be able to know. So that'll be in the near future. And that's about it for now, guys. Just before we leave, oh wow, look at this area. Look at that, that's crazy good dispersion going on over here. But now let's just quickly have a look. How is... Our tunnel is actually providing... Wow, that's a lot of traffic coming in. This is ridiculously cool. It's good to see that it's working really, really well. I think we might keep it like this. Unless we create a second connection. For now, this is going to be... it, I think. Wow, lots of people are lining up to turn right. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to provide extra connections to the highway around over here. So this exchange is definitely going to be growing a lot more. As our city starts expanding over here to these areas. Well, Okami is around over here still. So before we finish off, I'm still going to just expand on Okami. So everything around over here, it will be Okami. There we go. Like so. Perfect. And now the next suburb over here. So I'm going to mark this suburb out like this. Okay, and I may actually do another recording before the next episode is actually released. So if for the next episode this hasn't been named, that's because I've done another recording before. Before. So I'm actually going to name this Please Name Me. So if you guys can give me suggestions of suburb names, I will add the person that I find the most intriguing suburb name to add into this whole block right over here, which we're going to have to also find ways of providing connections to the highway and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I apologize once again. It has been 3 weeks since I did an episode, but you know, for certain circumstances, this is the best that I've been able to do. I will be providing you, hopefully now that I've got like a couple of weeks off from work, providing at least trying to pre-record as many episodes that I can. So some episodes I may actually not get back to you in terms of actual development that you guys might leave through comments. So I actually might take 1 or 2 episodes after that for things to actually start, you know, things to actually start being implemented from comments. Because I want to be able to have enough material so that you guys still have, you know, some sort of videos being posted up, while, for example, those times when I'm unable to create new episodes because I'm just simply too busy. So hopefully this will be a bit of a change and new episodes will be coming out now. So once again, guys, thank you for the support. Please leave a comment and a like if you enjoyed this episode. I've tried covering as many things as I could that we left off from last episode that I mentioned, and I've gone through as many comments as I could and tried to kind of encompass everything into this episode so that, you know, everyone stays happy and yeah. And so that you guys can keep enjoying this series. This series is not dead. It will continue until this city is complete. I can assure you that. So just it may slow down just a tad, but it will happen. So that's it for now. We made good progress today. It's been great to finally get my hands back on this game and create another episode for you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you very, very soon for the next episode. So for now, take care. Bye bye.